Today we are going to learn about the pairs of corresponding angles, pairs of interior angles, and pairs of alternate angles. And then the property of corresponding angles, property of interior angles, and property of alternate angles. First we will see the corresponding angles. We are already know what is parallel lines and what is transversal line. Now we are going to learn about corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Let's see what is the corresponding angles. If the definition of the corresponding angles is if the arms on the transversal of a pair of angles are in the same direction and the other arms are on the same side of the transversal, then it is called a pair of corresponding angles. Now, for corresponding angles, we require two parallel lines and one transversal lines. Suppose I have line L and line M. Line L is parallel to line M and there is a one line N which is a transversal of line L and line M. Line N is the transversal of line L and line M. Corresponding angles. What is the definition of these corresponding angles? If the arms on the transversal, first we should know what is arms in this. See here, this is a one arm, this is a arm, this is second arm, third arm, fourth arm. These are the arms of the transversal line N. This is a arm, this is also a arm. These are the arms of the transversal line N. If the arms on the transversal of a pair of angles, see these, here we have an angle, here we have some angle, this is angle. Okay. If the arms on the transversal of a pair of angles are in the same direction, see here these are our pair of angles. This is, we have here one angle, second angle. Here is the one angle and here we have a one angle. If the arms on the transversal of a pair of angles are in the same direction and suppose this is my one angle, okay, and the pair of angles are in the same direction and the other arms are on the same direction of the transversal, then it is called a pair of a corresponding angles. Suppose this is angle A, this is angle B. This is a pair of a corresponding angle. Angle A and angle B is a pair of a corresponding angle. When I am taking pair of these two angles, see, this is our angle A and this is our angle B. Both are same and they are in the same direction. So this is a pair of a corresponding angle. Similarly, this angle and this angle, this is a second pair of corresponding angle. Suppose C, D. Now, on the other side, same. We have these two pair of a corresponding angle. Suppose this is angle E and this is F. Similarly, next pair of corresponding angle. This is our angle, suppose G, this is H. Here, one pair of corresponding angle is A with B, C with D, E with F, G with H. And there are a total 8 angles formed by 2 parallel lines and 1 transversal. Now we will learn property of corresponding angles. Property of corresponding angles. First, see the definition of property of corresponding angles. What is happening in this? Each pair of corresponding angles, formed by 2 parallel lines and their transversal is of congruent angles. Property of corresponding angles. Each pair of corresponding angles, we have one pair A with B, second pair C with D, third pair E with F, and the fourth pair G with H. First we have angle A with pair of angle A with B, second pair of angle C with D. This is the pair of corresponding angles. And the third we have a pair of corresponding angle E with F, and the fourth one is the angle G with H. These are the pairs of corresponding angles. And the property of corresponding angles is each pair of corresponding angles means these pairs. Each pairs of corresponding angles formed by 2 parallel lines and their transversal is of congruent angles. Means angle A is congruent to angle B. Angle A is congruent to angle B. This is the symbol of a congruent. Congruent means same. Angle A is congruent to angle B. It means that the measurement of angle A is the same as measurement of angle B. Suppose the measurement of angle A is 30 degree, then the measurement of B is also 30 degree. Suppose the measurement of angle A is 60 degree, then the measurement of angle B is also 60 degree. And the second one we have angle C is congruent to angle D. And the third one is the angle E is congruent to angle F. And the fourth one is the angle G is congruent to angle H. These are the pairs of corresponding angles, and this is the property of corresponding angles. Each pair of corresponding angles formed by two parallel lines and their transverse is of congruent angles. This is the property of corresponding angles. Now we are going to learn about interior angles. In interior angles, a pair of angles which are on the same side of transversal and inside the given lines is called a pair of interior angles. We have two parallel lines and one transversal line. This is my line L and M, both are parallel, and line L and line M are parallel lines and M is their transversal lines. In interior angles, a pair of angles which are on the same side of the transversal. We have some angle, we have angle, this is our angle, this is also angle. We have here angle. Total, there are 8 angles formed by two parallel lines and one transversal. Line L is parallel to line M and line N is their transversal. In this, a pair of angles which are on the same side of the transversal. Here we have one angle, there is one angle here, one angle is here. Total there are 8 angles formed by two parallel lines and one transversal line. Now, a pair of angles which are on the same side of the transversal. This is our right side and this is the left side. Right side, left side. A pair of angles which are on the same side of the transversal and inside the given line. Inside means this is the one line, second line, third line. Inside line we have one pair. We have these two angles which is a one pair of interior angles. These are inside the given lines and this is called a interior angles. This is a pair of interior angles. So this is angle A, angle B. Angle A and angle B is a one pair of interior angle. Similarly, on other side, means right side, we have one more pair. Suppose this is angle C, angle D. C and D is a pair of interior angles. This is our interior angles. Why? Because these angles are inside the given line. So these are interior angles. And outside the line, we have exterior angle. Outside the lines, there is a exterior angle, and inside the line, we have a interior angles. Now, write down first pair of interior angles, angle A with angle B, and second pair of angle is with angle C and angle D. Now, property of interior angles. Now we will learn property of interior angles. Property of interior angles says that each pair of interior angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of supplementary angles. Here, the pair of interior angles are A with B and the pair of C with D. These are a pair of interior angles, and the property of interior angles says that each pair of interior angles means these are a pair of interior angles. Each pair of interior angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of a supplementary. Supplementary means making an angle 180 degree. Now, first angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Each pair of interior angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of a supplementary angle. Supplementary angles means sum of pairs of each angle is making an angle 180 degree. This is the first one, and the second pair is angle C with angle D, means the sum of pairs of angle C with D is 180 degree. This is the property of interior angles. Now we will learn about alternate angles. Alternate angles, it says that pairs of angles which are on the opposite sides of transversal and their arms on the transversal, so opposite directions is called a pair of alternate angles. For this, we have two parallel lines. Suppose this is L and M, and there is an transversal line, and line N is the transversal of a parallel line L and M. Alternate angle says that pairs of angles which are, we are already know there are total 8 angles formed by 2 parallel lines and 1 transversal. Pair of angles which are on the opposite sides of the transversal. Opposite side means one angle from the left side, and we take a pair of left side's angle with a right side's angles. Pairs of angles which are on the opposite sides of a transversal and their arms on the transversal, so opposite directions, is called a pair of alternate angles. Alternate angles is divided in a two part. One is interior alternate angles, and the second one is exterior alternate angles. Interior alternate angles means angles at the inner side of the lines, and the exterior alternate angles means angles at the outer side of the lines. See, this is my angle, this is my one angle which is inside the lines, and we take a pair of angles which are on the opposite sides of the transversal. Means we have to take a pair of these angles, suppose A, with opposite side of transversal, means other side, opposite side of the transversal, and they must be in a, they and the other angle must be inside the line. So this is my new angle, means pair of angle A and B is our interior alternate angles, angle A and angle B. And the second pair is this with this. Suppose this is C and this is D. Second pair is angle C with angle D. And in exterior alternate angles, first see where is our exterior angles, where our exterior angles are forming. These are about inside the line, these angles are inside the line, so these are interior angles. Now we will look at outside the lines. This is our one angle, and we take a pair of, suppose this is our angle E, we take a pair of angle E, and the pair of angle E is opposite. This is opposite sides of the transverse, opposite sides. Now angle is forming here. Now this is angle E and angle F. These pair shows that this is a pair of exterior alternate angles, angle E and angle F. Similarly, this angle with this, suppose this is my G and H, angle G and angle H. Angle G and angle H shows pairs of exterior alternate. Now we will learn property of alternate angles. First, draw the two parallel lines and one transversal line. This is my line L and M, both are parallel, and there is a line N which is the transversal of these two parallel lines. We are already familiar with exterior alternate angle, pairs of exterior alternate angles and pairs of interior alternate angles. Property of alternate angles says that each pair of alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of congruent angles. Suppose this is A and this is B. This is the pair of interior angles. A and B are a pair of interior alternate angles. And the second here angle C and angle D. These are a pair of interior alternate angles. And next, suppose this is angle E and F. This is a pair of exterior alternate angles. We already saw this. And the next, this is angle G and this is our angle H. G and H are a pair of exterior alternate angles. What is happening in this? In interior angles, in interior alternate angles and exterior alternate angles. For interior, we have a two pair. First one, angle A and angle B. Property of alternate angles says that each pair of alternate angles, means we have A with B, C with D, E with F, pair G with H. Each pair of alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal line is of congruent angles. It means angle A is congruent to angle B. Congruent means same or equal. It means the measurement of angle A is same as the measurement of angle B. And the second pair of interior angle we have C angle D. They are a congruent angle, because our definition is each pair of alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is of congruent angles. These are the property of interior alternate angles. Now, in exterior alternate angle, we have a angle E, pair of angle E and angle F. They are congruent. And what is left? Angle C congruent to angle G congruent to angle H. These are the property of alternate angles. We must know the pairs of alternate angles, pair of interior angles, pair of corresponding angles, what is parallel line, what is transversal line, and the property of alternate angle, property of interior angles, property of corresponding angles. These things we must know. If we don't know these basic things, we cannot solve the problem based on these property and the pairs. So this is a very important thing